Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Fellas.
What's up, guys? It's your Buckeye Believin' Who Dey Hopeful Captain Chris with a K.
And representing for the DMV, for the Burgundy and Gold, and always staying true to Tar Heel Blue, Mr. Brett.
This is your Rocky Mountain High. Here's your host, Carlos, in the house. You guys, we are going to do a special edition of a Super Bowl recap. And you guys, please stay tuned. We're going to talk about 2 segment shows, so listen in. And also, do not forget, we are going to be dropping a new Wichita Vice show. We are doing Jessica Jones. We're bringing back the Cutting Crew. And Chris, we need Anime Insomniac. Where is it at?
Yeah.
So before we dive in, let's go ahead and take a quick pause and thank our following sponsors.
Hey guys, why don't you check out She Barber Cuts Barbershop and give Markeisha Brown, the licensed professional barber there, a call at 316-218-3566 for all your haircut needs. She's got cuts for kids, adults, and for those looking for the good one, the deluxe with beard trims, wash, and hot towels. So don't forget to give Markeisha a call at She Barber Cuts and see her at 2319 North Ridge, Barber Suite 6A here in Wichita, Kansas.
All right, well, we had Super Bowl 60 with your winners. The Seattle Seahawks crowned 2-time Super Bowl champion, defeating the New England Patriots. All right, Chris, let's talk a little bit about the commencement of it. So what did you think about the announcement? So we saw already you had Chris Pratt introducing the Seattle Seahawks, and then John Bon Jovi representing the New England Patriots. We'll just break it up per halves.
Yeah,
What did you think about the beginning?
I mean,
of the Super Bowl?
It was super fun. I thought the NFL represented really well, pretty well throughout. But from the beginning through the end, I really enjoyed it. What was the America the Beautiful version, the Green Day opener, like that? They crushed it. And yeah, the announcers, I thought it was really well done. I don't know. What do you think, Brett?
Well, I thought the show was great. You know, everything down from start, you know, to the end, you know, and I think it was only right for Bon Jovi to present, you know, the New England Patriots. If not him, then it was probably going to be Steven Tyler, because well, if his voice was working, you know.
Or it could have been Ozzy Osbourne, because I know he did that before. But Charlie Puth, what a great singer. He did great. There with the Jets flying in.
Yeah.
So kickoff goes off. I think it was a great defensive game going.
Yeah,
I mean, that was phenomenal. Let's talk about the New England Patriots side. What did you admire about the first half of the New England Patriots defense?
I mean, from the defense, yeah, they were on top. They were flying around. I thought they performed. I mean, I was really surprised at how well the corners performed. What was the name of the corner that was on Jackson Smith the whole night? Like, he was
Christian Gonzalez.
Gonzalez. He was making play after play. It's really what was keeping him a close game, in my opinion, was his the outside defense really showed up. And I mean, really, also, I mean, they did put a lot of pressure on Darnold. I thought Darnold played really well with that pressure in his face, but the defense was, I mean, they were up in his grill. He was getting hit repeatedly, and I mean, the defense, I still say the defense is what got him to the Super Bowl. It really, I was saying it the whole playoffs, like that, it really turned around right there toward something clicked, and they settled in, and they just began to shut teams down there towards the end of the year and through the playoffs, and they were really doing quite well, but you know, they were going against a defense of the same nature too.
Yeah, it really surprised me how well that New England's defense was just, you know, keeping up on the field with, you know, with their Seattle's offense, where of course Darnold the veteran, he's been there, although he didn't get to start. But they were able to, I mean, just to stick with him throughout most of the game until we saw the end result.
You see the tale of two heads here, especially with looking at the Seattle's offensive coordinators going against New England's defense, and I mean, and then vice versa, especially Josh McDaniels going against a Seattle defense coordinator. I mean, this was just a great chess match, and for once we saw Josh McDaniels struggle.
Yeah.
He got beat, and so especially during the first half. There was no rhythm going, and also like when they found moments going on, they were just switching up, and I think Drake May realized this was going to be a long night ahead.
And not to mention, there was some catches that could have been made, that should have been made.
And he started to get the yips there after getting hit a whole lot towards the end of that first half. He missed a couple of open throws that I'm not saying he missed a touchdown throw or anything, but could have probably progressed him towards at least getting a field goal and keeping it, getting some scores.
Okay, so let's move on over to the halftime show, the controversial halftime show. So let's kick it off with you, Brett. How'd you think the halftime show went for you? What's your opinion?
It was really fun. It was really fun. I mean, if you're into music, like reggaeton. Me personally, myself, I'm a big fan of Ozone Motley. Shout out to them. And they do a lot of bilingual and funk, salsa, and hip hop, and things of that nature, and also things you saw during Bad Bunny's performance was there was a lot of cultural references of things going on that not too many people understood unless you looked it up and did the symbolic meanings. And then the cameos from Lady Gaga was pretty cool. Her, Ricky Martin and Jessica Alba, and them being a part of it, I thought it was awesome as well.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I actually have watched it 3 or 4 times now.
Wow.
I thought it was really good to get going, and then after, I just I don't speak Spanish. I recognized a few words for sure. Just from poor Spanglish in a couple of years, a long time ago in high school, Spanish. But after learning more about it, there was a lot of cultural significance to it with the Puerto Rico stuff, the power outages that I didn't realize going into it. And there was all the cast of characters that were there. The lady in the cart taking he took the little I'm sure it was fake shot, but little shot from like she's a super local lady, I guess, in his hometown area in Puerto Rico, and all the other backup characters. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Again, I've watched it probably at least 3 or 4 times. The first time I was just like, wow, that's really cool. I've seen Bad Bunny perform a couple times. I'm not saying like I go out and buy his CDs or anything, but I thought it was really good. And I thought the show itself was really good, especially the more I learned about the show and the more I could understand it, the better it got.
Especially with what Brett was talking about, the cameo appearances. I mean, Jessica Alba, wow, she looked like she hasn't aged a bit.
Stunning.
Karol G, and then you also had Pedro Pascal and Cardi B. I don't know how she made it out there so fast. She went from one there, went right over there. And also the blending of bringing America itself, that was also too, that was great. And then one of the key things that I really enjoyed was having Lady Gaga sing. That was awesome. That was awesome. I like how that blended in. But okay, so that wraps up the halftime show. Now let's move on over to the second half. So in the second half, this is where things got really interesting. So we noticed that A.J. Barner got the first touchdown in Super Bowl 60. Don, I'll bring that up to you. How did you like that touchdown?
Hey, they were waiting on it. They kept finally running plays. They kept running the same formation, different motions, trying to throw the defense off. And then when they finally caught him off guard, there go A.J. Barner leaking out into the end zone. Perfect touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, it was like the pressure released of the because there was kind of Seahawks were kind of knocking all night there. So it finally felt like, okay, now this game is starting to look the way we were expecting it to. And I remember when I quoted my first score quote in our preview of 31-10, everyone gave me stank eye like I was crazy. And I think I might have been kind of close there in the end.
Yeah. When I saw, kind of predicted a little bit how I predicted it, where it was going to be, the first half is going to drag. It's going to be mostly a defensive game, and then the second half, that's when we're going to see the scoring. Not like of course my prediction being a close game when it actually it kind of started to become a runaway toward the fourth quarter, but.
The way I've interpreted this is that finally there was momentum going, and they caught on to the rhythm of saying, "Hey, you know what? We found some weaknesses in their secondary," and that's where you saw Seattle started to shine, and then especially with Kenneth Walker. I'm telling you that runs that he had in the second half,
yeah.
just slow steps. It's like he was gliding on water. It looked like he was just gliding in air. Yeah, those people that just like walking and then just punch it in.
Yeah, he wait and then just go for it.
But now let's look at New England side. Now New England also as well. They did score a touchdown. They did have a drive. Chris, in your opinion, where do you feel in this second half? Where did New England you think they failed to capitalize?
I'm not sure. I mean, they were just playing a really good defense. That kind of backed off a little bit, but they were pressing hard. They were really trying to get out there, and they just could not get any real run going with their legs. Even Drake May really couldn't get. He was moving the ball with his legs a lot there, coming up to this game, but not in this game. Yeah, they just couldn't get that traction. Yeah, they got a touchdown there late, but that's almost like that. Start playing the prevent. You're starting to keep the ball going, keep the clock going. Almost made it feel like there could be a game. I don't know for what about 3 minutes in the third quarter before.
Seattle said nope.
Yep.
Well, yeah. I think what killed it for New England, definitely their O-line, their failure to protect Drake May, because after when the second half started coming on and it got late into the game, especially around late in the third quarter, fourth quarter. I mean, he was getting rushed and then getting sacked all over the place, man. And then not to mention, like I said, the run, they just couldn't get the run game going, and that's some of their strength right there. And then whereas they gave when the Seahawks played against L.A. in the title game, in the NFC title game, they had a stronger O-line to give Matt Staff time to do what he wanted to do back there and mess up those that secondary. Drake May didn't have that time. Not to mention, his inexperience being in there.
I just feel this is my opinion here with New England when they went against Houston. Okay, well, first Chargers. The Chargers kind of rolled by. Then they went to Houston. Okay, rolled by. When it went to Denver, that's where they found a little bit of adversity, and they found, okay, well, you know what? Everyone that they faced in the AFC were real predominant in the edge rushing. But then they play Seattle, which focused on a four-man rush, interior, plugging up the gaps. And that's one key thing I felt that's where New England was not prepared for. I know Josh McDaniels probably had a plan going, but that offensive line, it was just too much to bear. Mm-hmm. So let's talk a little bit about the unsung heroes. So the ones that you think did a difference, but they didn't talk about. I'll start off with you, Don. Who did you feel was an unsung hero? And we can start with New England. Who did you admire in New England?
I don't know if I can say there was anybody because offensively, that offensive line, their left tackle just, he ruined it for him the entire game, no matter what. And yes, they scored a touchdown late in the game, but there's nobody I can really find that really made a difference to help change the game. They scored that touchdown. Mac Hollins. If I guess if you want to give it to anybody, give it to him because he was able to get in the end zone and burnt that corner because Drake May actually had time to throw. But like Chris said earlier, they were more in the prevent defense. So it's like, which don't prevent nothing. And that's how they got that touchdown, because they kept the drive going quicker.
And I want to put an addendum on that. I would say he just missed the assignment, because when you looked at the play, Collins was ready to go. No one was assigned to him, and he went. And yes, of course, you could say the word burn, because at the end he couldn't catch him. But I think that was a missed assignment. That's just the way I see it. But, okay, yeah, Collins is cool. Who you got, Chris?
I'm going to go with Gonzalez on the outside there. He really kept him in the game, just making big plays on the outside. It would have been a blowout, I think, in the first half if he hadn't played Jackson Smith so well. There was some big stops, a couple of touchdowns that he stopped as well. I'm going to go with that, because he can only do so much, and then once they got a few turnovers and get the turnover and really start putting the spread out, obviously they're not trying to throw as much, and it's a whole different game. But I would say for New England, that was probably their brightest shiner of that game. It was a pretty rough game for most of that team.
Yeah. You kind of took mine, Chris. Because
Sorry about that. I do that sometimes.
It's okay. Cause
you can agree. It's okay.
Yeah, I agree.
We can agree to agree.
Yeah, agree to agree. Because you really didn't see Jackson Smith and Jigma shine like he usually does. In fact, you didn't really. Yeah. Cooper Kupp, he had he really didn't shine like we usually got to see him shine in most of the games that he usually does either. So that New England defense. Sorry, I'm running blank on names right now. I mean, they did a wonderful job up until towards the end of the game.
Okay, well, that's the point. The point is New England's defense did a great job to the best of their abilities, and my heart goes out to them because they did their part. It's just when your offense is not doing anything and you're going back on the field, you can't expect you guys. Yeah. And it's the same thing what happened in the AFC Championship with Denver. The defense had to keep going back out there because offensively they couldn't do anything. So it just kind of it just flipped the script on them. So that's what happened. Now the conclusion of the Super Bowl. What is your thoughts overall as a whole, Chris?
I was surprised that it went the way I thought it was going to go, to be honest. That was my biggest surprise. I didn't think it was actually going to go the way I thought it was.
Well, for me, I expected, Seattle for the win, and I do feel that I expected it was going to be a slow starting game, and then it's going to ramp up in the second half, and New England would eventually get a touchdown late in the game when the point that it didn't matter. But it just that, like I said, to me, I feel it went exactly the way that I felt it predicted, and Kenneth Walker getting the MVP.
Yeah, it wasn't really a close game as I thought it was going to be. And then as a matter of fact, I thought in one instance the Seattle was going to win by a shutout at one point because New England just could not get on the board for nothing until later on, late into the game, where it was pretty like Don said, it didn't matter. But
yeah, sorry, Patriot fan. There was no 80 for Brady. That wasn't happening. Deep inside. Let's just get the cat out the bag. Tom Brady was low key hating, laughing. He was laughing.
Yeah.
I don't want to. Yeah. You saw Robert Kraft. He's like, I gotta get out of here with his letter jacket.
Didn't he unfollow the Patriots before the game?
He did something. I don't want to hear.
That's what they said.
He was low key hating.
He got to because he's representing my Raiders.
Right.
But the way I see it is that the unsung hero was the kicker of the Seattle Seahawks.
Right.
He deserved the MVP. I know, okay, Kenneth Walker got it. Okay, that's cool and dandy. But here's the deal. I think for someone to set the record for the most field goals in a Super Bowl, and he's making points and didn't miss, why you can give it to a kicker? Why?
Yeah.
Why couldn't you give it to a kicker?
I was watching that like, this might be the first kicker to win.
It's just not as glamorous.
That's what it is. And then Kimball Walker later on, they're going to say, he didn't even score a touchdown.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything. So, all right, you guys, well, that wraps up the Super Bowl. Right now, we are going on a sabbatical, but we're going to be back, you guys, because we have March Madness. And we're going to be following up on the NBA Slam Jam. Also, stay tuned to the new shows that we have going up. And also on top of that, we've got Vice, and we also got Anime, and we got the Cutting Crew. So any shouts before we go, Chris?
Shout out Houday, all the Houday fans. We'll be back next year. Let's do it.
Hey, shout out to all the Raider fans out there and all the other fans listening. Hey, Raiders, hey, we'll be back.
All right, shout out to all my commanders, or all my old school Redskins fans, the DMV, worldwide, and cast and crew, everyone listening in. And then as always, hi Mom and Dad.
And also, I want to give a quick shout out to our staff here. Thank you as always, you guys. Thank you for doing the things that you guys do, and you guys as well. And also, shout out to the Cincinnati Bearcats. What a great win today. What a great win. Okay, Don, don't get serious now. I'm just another person watching the game. You know,
I was surprised by that one.
that was crazy. But also, I want to give a shout out, of course, to your reigning champs, the Seattle Seahawks. Great job. What a great win. Hopefully, you guys run it back sometime soon. Not next year. Hopefully, Denver does, but we'll see. Stay tuned. Also, you guys, when we do the NFL draft, we're going to do a live event on that as well as we get close to that time. Until then, we'll see you on the College March Madness to the road to the NCAA tournament. We're out.